Minnesota Vikings do have one of the deepest linebacker cores in the NFL. Hashtag blessed, where you have the best middle linebacker in the league, not that Luke Kuechly's gone, in Eric Kendricks, as well as strong side supernova Superman Anthony Barr, the rangy and versatile Eric Wilson back on restricted free agent tender, as well as Ben Gedeon. Add to that, Stu, you have fourth-round pick Troy Dye from Oregon, a dude that I loved. So where does the rookie fit in? How does he get on the field early? So let's talk about his early role with the Vikings today. Background on Dye, 6'4", 231-pound senior, former three-star recruit from Norco, California. Came in and just wrecked stuff as a true freshman 2016. Was an early enrollee, 91 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. Freshman All-American, 4-year starter for the Ducks, team captain for 3 years. Just overall, an amazing defensive dreamboat there in Eugene. 2019 as a senior, 77.4 PFF grade, 84 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 picks. Helped lead Oregon to a Rose Bowl win, which is always big, and was a 3-time second-team All-Pac-12 during his time there in Oregon. Didn't run at the combine. Mainly, he was nursing a couple of injuries, but athleticism pops off the tape. Did have an impromptu pro day, as a lot of the prospects did during the quarantine shutdown. Did run a handheld 4.4840, which syncs up to what you saw on the field, as well as racked up 16 reps on the bench. Great coverage skills, phenomenal. That was the big selling point on him. And he basically is Eric Wilson. He does need to add a little bit of size to be able to get off blocks, add some strength, be stronger at the point of attack, but does have a great nose for the football, as well as, like we said, with the coverage skills. Like if he was like 20 pounds heavier and was able to get through trash a little bit better, he may have been a second-round pick. That's how big Troy Dye's college production was. But I think that his career path is going to be similar to that of Eric Wilson, where, he's coming in as a mid-round pick as opposed to a UDFA player, so he's got that going for him, which is nice. But get on the field as a special teamer. They do have some special teams reps up for grabs with the departure of Kentrell Brothers, so I think Troy Dye could fill in nicely there. Also, add size, work your way into the linebacker rotation, start being a spot starter, being a sub-package guy, especially on passing downs. I think Troy Dye could bring a lot to the table there. And also, it's important to note that Wilson is on his restricted free agent tender, but I'm not sure next year if the Vikings can justify having 3 big linebacker contracts in a sum-package league where you're often only playing 2 of them, and Barr Kendricks are 2 of the best 3-down linebackers in the league. So Wilson may be squeezed out simply for financial reasons, not an aspersion on his level of play, but Troy Dye is already waiting in the wings as a tailor-made replacement. Also, we mentioned this during the draft coverage about the Jaron Kurtz role, where you have the big slot matching up against big slot receivers, matching up against move tight ends, matching up against running backs that come into the slot, especially in base package. So say Troy Dye is in as the weak side linebacker in base package, and teams like the Vikings, which we talk about as a competitive advantage, where you have the 2 tight end sets, all of a sudden you split Irv Smith, who's on the field with Kyle Rudolph, you put him in the slot, you put him out wide, etc. So that usually is a mismatch where you catch defenses in their base package. So now you got Irv Smith on a linebacker or a safety, but with Troy Dye, that really does nullify that competitive advantage there. So I think that could be Troy Dye's role early on, especially in sub-package. And also, Troy Dye played 54 of his 796 snaps in 2019, either in the slot, at free safety, or out at cornerback. So he has the athleticism to play the role and has experience in those roles as well. So I think that's something that he brings to the table. So I'm pumped for Dye. I think early on he's going to be a special teams dynamo. I think that he's going to be a guy that's going to be really easy to root for because he's an easygoing, loquacious leader, great coverage skills, will become a fan favorite, special teams favorite right away, and eventually maybe Eric Wilson's heir apparent. But I think he's going to work his way in some of these niche coverage roles as well, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited to see what the Oregon Duck is going to do for the Vikings both this year and beyond. But your thoughts, Troy Dye, role as a rookie? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up on the Venmo. Plus give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skull, production value.